Hey, what's going on, guys? Watomarmelon back again, and today I have another Market Watch. This is just coming right off the ban list announcement, so I will talk a little bit about that, albeit I'm a collector, not a player, so I don't want to spend too much time talking about things that I don't really know. So, as always, if you do enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, use the affiliate links in the description below. If you're thinking of making a TCG player purchase, clicking that link before you make it helps support me, the channel, and I appreciate it greatly. So, the first thing I wanted to talk about is Thunder Dragon Colossus. This behemoth right here was taken off the ban list, and so I'll open up the Ultimate and the Secret. As you guys can probably see, there is an undefined slope basically on what this card's price was. It was, roughly a $50 card. It has shot up almost double that to around $90 right now, and we'll see where it ends up. Now, I would not buy it. I think that it doesn't, from what I can tell and from what the experts say, this doesn't make Thunder Dragon a top tier meta deck, and so such a dramatic increase I don't think changes its value by a huge amount. And so, if it's a $10 increase, $20 increase, that is more likely to stick than it almost doubling in value. And then if we look at the original print, Secret Rare, same story. People are just buying everything and anything. Near Mint first edition just sold for $29, unlimited 28, 24. You can see that the lowest is around 28 for a unlimited copy, and if we go to first edition, it's around $28 as well. So pretty crazy to see how much this card has skyrocketed. Next up, we have Destiny Hero Malicious. I forget if I mentioned this, but I have to go quickly, or after this, so I'm going to do it pretty quickly. You can see there are only two secret rares still left on the market out of Raw Yellow Mega Pack. And then if we look at the Ultra Rare out of Duelist Pack 5, Aster Phoenix, we can see that the chart looks like it's going down, but clearly there have been a number of sales today. And so if we look at Near Mint, there are 4 copies, $29 unlimited, and then it quickly becomes $40 for a first edition. Next up, we've got, moving out of sort of the ban list discussion, we have Mobius the Frost Monarch Ultimate Rare. This is a card that was around $200 during sort of its peak. I don't know if the plots will show that at all. As you can see, it was $170 a year ago. It's down to $100, which is pretty nice if you're a GOAT format player, because this card is pretty strong in GOAT. It's something that a lot of people have in side decks. Spell and trap removal is always useful, and this is one of my favorite cards of all time, and I haven't done it or looked at it very recently for a market watch, so I wanted to touch on that. Back to some modern stuff, we have Yubel, the Loving Defender Forever, quarter century secret rare out of Phantom Nightmare. This has basically just climbed to crazy and beyond. I think the art is pretty nice. Like, it's a pretty cool card, and if you've seen the show, Yubel becomes a very important part of the later seasons. And so, if you're a GX fan, I do think that this is a really, really cool card. $180 for a Near Mint first edition. I don't know. It's difficult to spend anywhere close to this amount of money if you're a collector like me, but if it's a very strong card in the actual meta, then I guess you got to go for it. Next up, we've got Magicians of Bonds and Unity, quarter century secret rare. This is the red back out of Phantom Nightmare. You can see that this thing got bought out and is starting to creep down a little bit. You can see there's a, or I guess that only counts if you're considering unverified sellers. Someone is selling for $60 plus $5 shipping, unverified, no sales. So, I don't know if you count that, but that's a pretty good price compared to what else is out there. I need to buy this at some point, but just with these prices, I'm not willing to spend the money. Next up, we've got Legend of Blue Eyes, not first edition, excuse me, quarter century edition boxes. These are ones that have done quite well. You can see someone selling them for 110 or 111 if you include shipping. These things have gone up and are coming back down. They're about $10 lower than their peak, although I don't know if you should buy in at this price, but Legend of Blue Eyes stuff is always something that people like opening. The reason I bring this up now is because Light of Destruction was just announced as a reprint, and this is the first time that they're going to be reprinting GX sets. It's interesting because they're also going to be reprinting the Ghost Rares, because if you're familiar in the OCG, there's sort of this Korean side of the card game where a different company owns the printing rights within Korea. I don't know why Konami did that. I'm sure there's some sort of legal thing that goes on in Korea, so they have a Korean company printing. And so they are able to reprint every set they want to, and they do. You know, you can buy Korean boxes of Light of Destruction and have been able to for a number of years. You know, basically all the main popular sets you can buy for very, very cheap. I don't think that that would be profitable in North America and Europe. So we'll see where they end up with this stuff. But, you know, I think Light of Destruction is going to be a lot of fun to open up. I'm not a huge fan of how they do it, not because I'm not a fan of them reprinting the set, but because I think they're just carbon copying it, and when it's a carbon copy of the cards, it's a little less interesting. Yes, there's some good reprints like Substitute and the like, but I think it would be really nice if they added in quarter century secret rares of some of the cards that don't already have modern high rarity printings. Like Honest has a collector rare, so I don't know that that needs a quarter century secret rare, especially because it also has this reprinted ghost rare. Um, but things like Judgment Dragon would be really cool. Maybe something even like Substitute might be fun to have in Quarter Century Secret. There's a lot of stuff they could do with it, and I feel like they just are going for a very safe and easy approach that people will open it up, but I don't see that people have the same nostalgia for GX as they do the original Duel Monsters. So we'll see where it ends up. It is interesting to look at Honest Ghost Rare. You can see that actually there haven't been a number of sales. Maybe right after it got announced, it sort of increased in velocity. But this is an interesting card. The first edition has come down quite considerably. Let's look at the near mint. I don't believe that it's $160 for a first edition. That seems kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know where this plot is coming from, but 370 is where the first edition near mints actually are at. Um, it's a really beautiful card, one of my favorite ghost rares of all time. I didn't realize how constrained the supply was. Now there will be a bunch of these near mint versions, but modern ghost rares are not going to replicate the original feeling of the original unlimited print for the ghost rare. The ghost rares just look different, and so we'll see how people prefer. I don't think it's going to be a huge hit with the modern ghost rare. I just don't think collectors are going to go after it, but it will make it more fun to open up the boxes. So I don't hate it either. Judgment Dragon Ultimate Rare, not out of Flight of Destruction, is starting to ooch on down, although I see some sales at 400, which is, oh, I guess on the scale of things, this is down $5, which is nothing compared to the total price. You know, the fractional change is not super high, although you can see it is 390, so it's come down a little bit. We'll see where something like this ends up. Oftentimes when you get these reprints, people then go back to the printings that are hard to get, and so we'll see if it starts climbing. Judgment Dragon, original print, unlimiteds. If we ignore all these things, I guess there is one right here for 105. After that, it gets more expensive. I'd imagine the original print unlim will go down, but why would you spend 100 and whatever dollars for a original print unlim when there's a 160 right here? It's a little weird to me. We'll see where it ends up. Chaos Emperor Dragon, near mint first edition, $193, $194. This is the one I always come back to because it sort of sets, as I always say, it sets the ceiling on what I'm going to pay for modern stuff. You know, if this card's $200, I'm not spending a whole lot more than $200 on a modern card, unless it's extremely, extremely limited. Kashtira Fenrir OTS Ultimate Rare, 10 listings left. This thing's flying off the market. There aren't many listings at all, though some of these have multiple copies. Quickly goes up to 50 after that last one. Ghost from the Past, or no, not Ghost from the Past, Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries Ultimate Rare. This is one that's fallen out considerably, but is actually one of the best sellers among Ultimate Rares. You see a couple of them lined up at $10. It's a pretty cool looking one as well, so I don't know about the meta. Maybe it's becoming a meta pick again. This is one to me that, despite the seemingly large supply, it's a cool looking one with a good foil. Aluber Ultimate Rare, it's starting to climb up again. It was all the way down to $14 at one point. Near Mint Unlimiteds are 17.50. Another one of the really well selling ones recently. So we'll see where this one ends up. Cool artwork on that. Solemn Judgment Ultimate Rare has fallen completely off a map. You can see there are a bunch of them lined up. I don't know. Well, I guess the announcement of Rarity Collection has really, really tanked the price of this card. So we'll see what Rarity Collection brings. It's always an interesting one. Illusion of Chaos Starlight Rare. This is one of the best-selling Starlights. It's gone down a huge amount. This is actually one I'm interested in. $75. There are a couple of copies there. This is one of interest because it fell off so considerably, but it's low on listings, and lowest listing right now is 125, which is way above the market price. The interesting part is that they've reprinted the head in Quarter Century Secret, but these other limbs have not been printed. And so if they might get a Quarter Century Secret in the set that's based on Exodia that comes out this summer. So I'd be wary of buying it. But if they don't and they escape that set, it's an interesting pickup for sure. Trish is another one with lower listings. You can see that it's also been just going down consistently for a long time now. $100 almost. It's a beautiful card though. I want to own one of these at some point. And then lastly, we have Yada, one that is climbing, albeit this is a dollar scale, so not a huge climb. Although the lowest listing is $69, so we'll see where it ends up. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I've got to run. It's been your boy Watomarmelon, and peace out.